And now, live from the Neverland Theatre, your host, Gary Starr. Hello, a very good evening to you. Welcome to StageToStream.tv, live from the Neverland Theatre here in Skegness. Wonderful to see you. Hope you're all well. It's Tuesday. Hurrah! He says. We've got some cracking guests for you this evening. Before we start, once again, what we do ask you to do is, of course, share this stream with your friends, especially if they're in the biz. And, of course, give us some love, give us a like, and talk to us this evening on social media. Of course, we'll get to that in a little while this evening. Hope you're well. Let's get started and find out what's on tonight on StageToStream.tv. Live tonight on Stage to Stream, Simon Shaw and Ross Gunning. It's all live from the Neverland Theatre. Yeah, so welcome. If you've just joined us, we've got loads on tonight and so much to get through. And it's such a happy day as well because it's Pancake Day, so everybody's happy. Let's go to Ruthie and find out what's going on over there in Social Media Corner.
Right hair, Ruthie. Right hair, Ruthie.
Right hand, Ruthie.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got a bow in her hair.
I have.
Yeah. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Yes, very good, thank you. Nice to see you this evening, to see you nice.
Nice to see you.
I know. You can't miss me, really, because I'm over here.
Very true.
How's your day been?
It's been all right. How's yours?
Well, you know, I've been in here all day.
Oh.
So, yeah, I've been playing on the old computer, doing some bits and bobs,
Which
you know.
is why I've had a good day.
Yeah, because I'm away from you.
Yes.
That's right, yes. But we're here now together in this wonderful studio, socially distanced from end to end. Yeah, what you been doing?
Writing a poem.
Is this after last night you're writing another poem to kind of beat it up a bit?
I'm very excited about this one.
Are you?
It's more of a song than a poem.
Oh, you're going to sing it?
Well, in a way.
Mary Poppins.
Spoken song.
Okay. Well, it's good. All yours. The floor is yours.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, I should point out it's in honour of Pancake Day,
Of course.
obviously. Right, you
It
ready?
would
Here we
be.
go.
Yeah.
Mix the batter, whisk the batter, pour it in a pan. Sizzle pancake, toss the pancake, catch it if you can. Yeah!
It's very good. Yeah, very nice. Well, it's better than last night's.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's kind of got a rhyme going to it. It's beautiful.
It's jazzy, isn't it?
Yes.
I took inspiration from James Harrison.
Did you?
I channeled him today.
Of course. Well,
good.
we all do. Yeah. So it's good to see you. What else is special about today being Pancake Day?
We get to eat pancakes, don't we?
That and something else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So for everyone out there that probably doesn't know this, because I didn't know this until the other day, today, to the day, 16th of February, is the day that I actually met you.
Yeah.
Or that you met me as well. We both met each
True.
other.
You came to an audition
I did.
at it was at Coastfields, wasn't it?
10 whole years ago.
10 years.
10 years.
Still here. Craziness. Yeah. What's been your best bits of the 10 years?
Oh, everything.
Good. Shall I bring into picture mode and bring in some happy memories?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, here we go. Hold on.
Right hair, Ruthie.
Happy memories.
Right hand, Ruthie.
Yeah. Okay. So
have
you
we
ready
got?
for this? Okay. So here's a nice one. First of all, this is me and you in blue.
Well, I can't see these because they're
Well, it's me and you in blue.
in blue.
Yeah. And you've got a. If you look at the wig placement, you've got a Marge Simpson head.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a nice one. And one more, because I know you remember this one really well, and this is probably your favourite. This one is Rocky Horror.
Oh, no.
Look at you there. That's me without a beard.
Oh, no. Now, I still can't see these pictures.
Probably for the best.
But Rocky Horror is really not... Right, I have a thing about certain films and stuff. And Rocky Horror is one of them.
What's your thing?
Well, it's dirty.
It's dirty.
It's dirty. But I don't mean
Explain.
Right, it's the same problem I have with the Addams Family and the Munsters.
Ooh, that's funny.
So when you watch a TV show and it just kind of looks like it's all a bit cobwebby and a bit dusty and like everyone needs a good scrub.
Right, okay.
That, it just makes my eye twitch. I can't cope with the content.
Okay.
If it's a bit, it's just dirty looking, like it's all grubby.
I get what you mean now. Yeah, I just thought you meant it was dirty as it dirty.
Well, I don't want to do it. The content is not my thing.
But we do many Rocky Horror Nights as well.
I know, and I hate them all equally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I love them.
I know you do.
So, if people want to get social tonight, Ruthie, what do they need to do?
Because, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, we need to talk to people tonight. We've got Simon Shaw here tonight, as we did say.
How exciting.
I know, because he's one of the few horror playwrights who's put a play on, like myself. So I'm looking forward to chatting to him. And then a little bit later on, Ross Gunning as well.
Two very good guests
Very talented
today.
man indeed will be joining us in a little while. So if people want to get in touch and ask questions this evening, or just banter with you, what do they need to do?
Well, it's quite simple. You've got a range of options in front of you, but the most popular option is to pop on to stagetostream.tv on Facebook. Head on to the comments, give me a wave, give me a hello. You give me an emoji to do with pancakes if you want, and then it's a frying pan or something, and that'd be nice. Let me know what your favourite topping is. I'm going to have pancakes later. That's exciting too. Anyway, I digress. Pop into the comments, let me know where you are, give me a wave, say hi. Alternatively, you can send me a message on my inbox, or you can send me a text or a WhatsApp, and the telephone number is
07510 891 005.
What was the middle bits?
That was me tossing pancakes over here.
Very good.
So that's what I was doing. Are we having pancakes later?
Yeah, I bought some. Well, I brought a mix. So.
You brought it into the studio.
Yeah, I was on the way to the kitchen and I thought, I'll do it later. So I've got that.
That's nice.
What do you have on your pancakes?
I have lemon and sugar.
Oh.
Sometimes Nutella.
Nutella?
Nutella. What do you have?
Probably the same, really. Yeah. I don't. It's not one of those things you really eat enough to kind of work out what you like best on it, is it?
This really is top banter tonight.
Isn't it?
It's top banter.
Anyway, let me know what you're having on your pancakes out there. It's very important to me.
Yeah.
And also,
go on.
we were talking yesterday about superstitions and things.
Have you been Googling and researching?
I had a little bit of a delve, yeah.
Ooh, I like a
I
delve.
did. Do you want to? What?
Carry on.
Do you want to know some?
Go on then.
I'll pick my favourite three. So then obviously, well, I'll say obviously, you might not know. So
where did this start yesterday? What were we talking about?
so we were talking with. We started off talking with Rhiannon yesterday,
right?
And there was a question asked: do you have any sort of rituals or lucky things that you do before going on stage?
Right.
As some people do, and I said I had one, which involved when I was back in my auditioning days.
I remember.
Yeah. Well, I'll quickly recap for anybody that didn't.
Go on then.
So there was a thing between me and my mum that we had to do. I had a pink comb, which was actually my mum's comb, but I always had to have it with me and use it. And if I didn't use it, then I generally didn't get the job, which was really weird. And the other part of that was it depending on her lunch as well. She had to eat a bagel with cream cheese and smoked salmon, because if she didn't have that, then again, I didn't get the job. I mean, it's probably a great big coincidence. But anyway.
Can I just ask, when you came and auditioned for me 10 years ago today,
Yes.
did you have the pink comb?
Yes.
Did your mum eat the bagel?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Weird, right?
Really weird.
Yeah. So that, and then Bippo, we had Bippo on yesterday as well, and he was saying that he was working with somebody who had to say 17 times into the mirror, "Be funny," before going on stage. So that was.
I have to do that.
Yeah. Does it work for you?
No, clearly. No. I go, great banter, great banter. 17 times, and no, it doesn't work. But I do go, have great hair and beard. And that did work. So swings and roundabouts.
Does it? Oh.
I've got great hair and a beard. It's better than yours.
Well, I've been working on my beard. Anyway, so I was
cover
looking
your
into
moon phase.
my moon phase. So I was looking into superstition and theatre and things. I'd heard about the whistling, and I had heard a thing about it, but I thought I'll just see if it's true, because you know what it's like, things change. Anyway, to cut to the point, whistling is bad luck in theatres, because in yesteryear, before hydraulics and everything else, obviously scenery was hoiked up and down by manual labour, and the stagehands would communicate with each other by whistling. So if you whistled in the stage, the chances are you might have something dropped on your head by accident. So don't whistle in the stage.
That's a good one.
Isn't it?
Yeah. No,
I think
that's
that
interesting.
translates to circus, because Bippo was saying yesterday that in the circus, if you whistle, it's supposed to bring on strong winds, which you obviously don't want in a circus tent.
Yeah. Okay. What's your next one?
Oh,
Give us your next one.
Ghost
Go.
light. So everyone, you might not have heard of, but there's a thing that when you turn, at the end of the night, the theatre's shut, you're supposed to leave one light on in the middle of the stage. It's normally like just a naked bulb on a long pole. It's called a ghost light, and it's done for certain reasons. The superstition is that it's supposed to ward off evil spirits so they don't come into the theatre now that it's empty. But the practical reasoning behind it is because, traps in the floor and orchestra pits, if anyone's walking about, they might and fall into things. So that's why you keep the ghost light on.
I have a ghost light.
Do you?
Yeah. Good. Top banter.
Do you know the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, so these ones are top 3. And this one, I've never actually heard of this one. So if anyone else out there has heard of it, then let me know. This one is the graveyard bouquet. Ooh, yeah, I thought you'd like this. It's a bit more sinister and a bit dark.
Go on.
So the graveyard bouquet. So at the end of a show, so the end of a run of a show, once there's no more of that production going on, it's tradition to give the director a bouquet of flowers, but they have to be from a graveyard, stolen from a graveyard. So the whole point of it is that it's like it was a great show, rest in peace. But also it kind of goes back to buttering up the director for the next show, and also to say good luck for your next show. Well, don't forget me. But back in yesteryear, actors didn't have a lot of money, so they generally didn't have money to spend on brand new bouquets of flowers. So they'd just whip them from a graveyard and say, "Hey, it's been nice working with you. Have some flowers. Employ me on your next show."
Nice.
It's called the graveyard bouquet.
Nobody's ever got me flowers, so normally you get me a bottle of Jack Daniels, which does the same thing, but they don't steal it. Well, some of them don't. Can I just point out that David Burton's popped up with an absolute corker, and he's put, beards are great for people with fat faces. They cover a multitude of chins. Brilliant. David needs to write for me right now.
Very
and
good.
for you, actually, because that'd be good.
Well, I mean, he is better. I mean, to be fair, it's not hard to be better than me.
Well, that's good. Also, we've got people on Twitch tonight, which, for those of you that don't know, is, when you're down with the kids. Yeah. So if you're trendy and, kind of out there, then you're on Twitch. So Freedom Discos, give them a follow. And also, Nathan Rees.
Hello, Nathan.
What annoys me about people like Nathan is that they put the year they were born in. So Nathan Rees, 1998.
Oh, 98.
That's depressing, isn't it?
So how
There's no need for that. Don't put your year of your birthday.
Wow.
What would yours be, Ruth?
Mine would be 97.
What? Like you two are both the same age?
Yeah, 1 year older.
Impressive. There you go. And mine just doesn't have enough digits.
No.
So that's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But there you go. So, but if you've got any interesting stories...
I've just done the maths. If I was working for you 10 years ago, that doesn't work. I was born in 97.
Were you lying?
Well, of course I'm lying. You know when my birthday is, right?
No, yeah, of course.
Oh, he doesn't know.
It's the 6th of August.
No.
The 8th of August.
No.
5th?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go, you see.
5th of
I pay
August,
attention.
that's it.
It doesn't matter.
That'll
It doesn't
do.
matter. Anyway, listen.
Pancakes.
What about them?
Well, this is important.
Come on.
Steve Andrews has popped on.
Okay.
Because I'm northern, I only have savoury pancakes, not sweet. Hash and pancakes, yum. Don't know what that is. But anyway,
Probably corned beef.
corned beef pancakes. But tonight,
Could be.
they're indoors having peanut butter pancakes with maple syrup and blueberries. Oh,
Sounds horrendous.
That's tropical, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds awful.
What else have we got? Harry Stedman. Hi, Harry. Let's have a little look. Have you redeemed yourself from yesterday?
He's not down with the kids, he said.
Harry said we were talking about pink combs and bagels every night. Yeah, well, why not? Yeah.
There you go. That's what we do, isn't it?
But he has said, my first truly interesting story. Which one? There's been a few tonight.
Well, let's just say that if anybody has got any superstitions from the theatre, old ones that, we might not have heard of, just weird things that happen, and, then feel free to drop it in the message to Ruth, and we'll have more chats of them. I like the flowers one from the graveyard.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting story. It's almost time for our first guest. Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yeah, stand by. Simon Shaw is up next. And a very good evening, Simon Shaw. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to StageToStream.tv. Are you well?
I'm very well, Gary. How are you doing?
Yes, very good, thank you. Nice to see you with a spooky background as well. Adds to the terror. Pink skulls. It's good.
So many eyes. So many eyes.
They're everywhere, aren't they? So, listen, we're going to chat tonight about many things because you've just, I say just, you started before the lockdown with your new show that you wrote, which is terrifying, and we're going to talk about that as well. But tell us how you got into this industry, first of all, before we go down that route of darkness.
Well, I'd say my journey to acting kind of started in my back garden. I was that one kid who had a big back garden, and I'd spend hours there pretending I was everything from an airline pilot to a radio presenter, to an explorer, to a spaceman. I was that kid who did all the weird, wacky cartoon voices. And then everyone's like, "You're too weird, don't be an actress." I was like, okay. And then in secondary school, if there's anyone watching from Ranelagh, hi. Then there was a performing arts evening, and I did a puppetry act. And it went down a treat, got off stage, shaking, and then it was like light bulb moment of just going, I want to do that because that was absolutely phenomenal. I feel great. So, yeah, that's kind of where it started from.
Amazing. And of course, it all started with that lightness and happiness, and then went into your play, which you took to the Edinburgh Fringe. Tell us all about it, because I'm obviously very excited about this because I dabble in the dark plays, as it were, and yours intrigues me. So tell us about it.
First of all, I was actually going to write it at university. And when I approached my playwriting tutor about it, he said, no, please, whatever you do not write this play for this course. We'll find you, figure something else out, but we really don't want that kind of thing here. And it was like, but he's fascinating. Oh, I should say, why did I want to write about, a serial killer like Ed Gein? Favorite horror film is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And in the edition I got, there was a booklet and it said it's based on a real guy. And I was like, come on, wearing face, come on. And I looked him up, and the best thing about it was, well, first of all, he exists. I was like, oh, that's interesting. But it was kind of the way he looked. I was expecting this like 7 foot, maybe tattooed, bald head, muscular guy. And then when you look at him, he's this short, frightened, timid farmer who kind of lived in the middle of nowhere and just had a fascination about the human body. So it was like, oh, that's fascinating, because no one suspected him, because this is all set in the 1950s. So, of course, everyone was after communists or mountain men or highway robbers. No one actually thought it was the village oddball who was doing all. It was way too obvious. But because it was obvious, everyone was like, we had no idea. And going back to uni, I put the play on the shelf. I was like, I'll come back to that. 2018, I starred in a musical called Lucky Stiff, great name. And I've forgotten how great the Edinburgh Fringe was. And I was just taken back by the other artists and how brave they were in their show making. And I remember coming out of one of their shows going, I have a play on my mantelpiece that's just sitting there. Let's do this. And then the next 365 days, I literally wrote up to think up 62 pages of a script. I managed to break it down into 12. I found a set using items from my bedroom. Got a few other actors to kind of lend their voices. Needed some help choreographing. And I thought to myself, if this is going to be my first and last solo show, then I'm going to put everything I have in it. So in my show, there's puppetry, there's mime, there's soundscape, there's a bit of ballroom dancing. I don't think it's good enough to earn a 7, but it's good enough to make you go, oh, no, I didn't expect that. And then, of course, we got to Edinburgh Fringe 2019, and I wasn't expecting it to. I knew it was going to exist, but I didn't expect anyone to actually be like, this is actually really good. And then the audiences, when I was out flyering after the first night, I had audience members coming going, we saw you last night, and they went, your show is just incredible. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just one person. And then the critics started kind of saying the exact same thing, which was like, the horrors just, it's appalling. And because Simon chose a kind of very close in space, it makes it like you can't hide, you can't run from this. You actually just have to watch all these awful things that he did in his home in 1954 to 1957, and just all the revolting stuff he did in that house. You have to watch it. There's nowhere else to go. And even, you know, we had a 2-star review, but the guy was like, look, the acting is great, the horror is great, I just really do not like the satire in it, so change it, because no, it's good. And then of course, again, I was actually expecting that to be the end of Under the Floorboards' journey, and then it was like, if people are getting this kind of, I'm getting this kind of feedback from it, then what have I got to lose to kind of do it again? So I did, in December 2019, 2 nights at the Chapel Playhouse Theatre. And then, of course, we're set to do last year Edinburgh Fringe. But this little thing called COVID, I don't know if you've heard of it. 2 weeks ago, apparently it just came into the news. It kind of stopped everything last year. But the company was really good. I'm booked with The Space. So hopefully it'll be this year's Fringe, North Bridge. And they were like, it's okay, we're just going to do a rollover to this year. So funny thing about it is, though, I'm telling you all this, and I'm actually looking at my Under the Floorboard set right now in that corner of the room.
Is
so
it there?
It's like, you know, hi guys, hopefully you'll be out in a few months.
Amazing. It's such a strange thing, because not many people do horror plays, and I think it was kind of a missing genre, do you know what I mean? Especially for stage, because you're right, you can literally plunge people into their sort of darkest fears and all these things and bring them together, and like you say, they can't look away because they're in that sort of immersive experience. So obviously you were going to the Fringe this year, but it didn't happen. What have you done in the meantime? Have you been writing more? Have you are you sort of pushing in that direction still with more stuff, or?
I haven't really changed anything about Under the Floor, but actually, no, there is something I have changed. I've kind of given him a little bit more motivation of kind of why he did it. Because when the police, when the Wisconsin police force opened up his house, it was just litter everywhere, piles of rubbish, bodies everywhere. It was literally a human graveyard. And of course, they wanted to know why. And the simple reason was his mother, who's, I would say, Ed Gein is no way the protagonist of Under the Floorboards, no way the protagonist. But you can see why people kind of feel sorry for him when you see how the mother treated him, and of course the world he inhabits. I mean, people think the 1950s is, you know, hamburgers and Elvis Presley and drive-ins, and of course under it there's this absolute rotten underbelly of, you know, prejudice, racism, sexism, misogynistic behaviors, the nuclear family. So a lot of it kind of is the reason why he's anti-Freudian.
Yeah.
The mother was head of the household, and the father was right down there. And of course, being portrayed to America, it was the Freudian household and the nuclear household, and of course, he was the anti-Freudian, very anti-Freudian, mainly due to the demented religious fanatic that was not Edwina, Augusta Gein. So yeah, I've written kind of a bit more motivation of why he does it, because he looked at his mother as a god. So in his mind, why can't he be God? So give him a bit of motivation there. Other things I've done during lockdown is I'm currently just trying to watch loads of new musicals, read loads of plays. I start drama school in October at Associated Studios.
Amazing.
So I just really want to listen to as many musicals as I can, build up the repertoire and all that jazz. Taking up sketching, which has been rather fun, and just trying not to go stir fry crazy.
Not go again. Yeah. So that's amazing that you go into drama college. So what sort of stuff do you want to push towards? What's this sort of end goal beyond all that? Is it still to stay within the horror writing, or do you want to do a bit of everything?
Again, I didn't expect this to succeed in any stretch of the imagination. So I don't know if I'm going to do any more horror writing. This was the guy. This was the guy I really wanted to write about, because he has so much theatricality in him. There are so many levels. There's the religious level of the mother. There's the kind of sexual level where he's just so confused about women because his mother kept him away. There's the butchery. There's the dressing up like his mother. There's so many levels, and that's why he's been, you can turn him into anything you want, really. So of course, and the reason I want to do Ed Gein is that he's so important to the kind of slasher genre. If you think about it, the first kind of adaptation of Ed Gein was, of course, Psycho and Norman Bates. No Ed Gein, no Psycho and Norman Bates. No Psycho, no Texas Chainsaw Massacre, no Buffalo Bill, no Oliver Thornton from American Horror Story, Asylum. So technically, the guy kind of started the ball rolling for slasher films.
Yeah.
Personal opinion, anyway.
Yeah, it's incredible. All right, we're going to go to Ruthie now. We're going to bring her back and we're going to get some questions. Ruthie, over there right now. Hello. Oh, sorry, didn't turn you on.
Oh, shock horror. Hello.
Have we got? I can see social media is flying tonight.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Okay, so hi Simon, how are you?
I'm well, Ruth. How are you, darling?
I'm good, thank you. It's been a long time. And we've got lots and lots of questions for you. But basically, we want to know, without giving too much away, we want to know the basic timeline of your story. So how does it start? How does the story unfold? Obviously, don't give away too many secrets. But for those out there that don't know the story of Ed Gein and, how you've managed to put it together into a play, can you sort of explain it, like the timeline of it?
Of course. So, start of the play is a few months after the mother has passed away. Now, of course, this is where Ed Gein truly starts going. His behavior gets more bizarre because the mother was always this looming presence over him, blocking freedom. The mother dies. Unfortunately, two Ed Geins are created. So this starts off a few months after the mother's death, and it spans for 12 years. 12 years, Ed Gein lived in a cold, damp house. I think the only liberty my play really takes is that his house had electricity. The Ed Gein that, of course, lived in history was all oil lamps. His house had no electricity and no really hot water. So he survived 12 years, mostly in his delusional fantasies. And of course, strange thing is, he was the nicest man in the world. He would actually go and help babysitters. He would help up stick up wooden signs. People said that if you ever wanted a job done by Ed Gein, he would always do twice the amount of work. He was a phenomenal reader, phenomenal worker. But of course, away from everyone, he was just absolutely deranged in studying and pulling apart the human body. So over the course, you just see the whole of the 12 years. And he even says a couple of times, was it last week? No, last month? No, 6 years ago? He has no concept of time. because every day is almost exactly the same. So over the show, you see 12 years of just the macabre, the madness, and most of this is shown in vignettes of what he wants in life, or the morals are represented in either a dance or mime or puppetry. And of course, the show ends with his encapsulation by the local police force.
Amazing.
Crikey, sounds like a bit of a roller coaster. That's good. Okay, so obviously you've got it as a one, as a one man play. Have you ever sort of thought that you'd like to do it as a bigger production, and do you feel that would take away from the intimacy and the sort of horror factor if you did do that?
I think the thing with Ed Gein is that he just works so much by himself, because so much of what was wrong in his life was this closed circle of him and his mother. If I introduced more actors and actresses, it wouldn't distract, but it would just kind of pull away from the more fascinating areas, like his crimes behind the scene, on the moments where he is on his own, and just his ramblings. I have actually thought about making it a little longer because, like I just said to Gary, there are so many levels of this guy you can cover. For example, a new angle I've thought of is, he believes dead people are better than live people. I'm not going to tell you the whole of the reason why, but he just looks at, and again, that's the reason. Well, that's one of the reasons I came up with why he likes dead people, is because he can't stand living people, and dead people are much more approachable and friendly and more accepting of him.
Yeah.
Whereas living people aren't. So I did have thoughts about making it longer, but at the same time, actually, one reviewer said this last year. She said that, 2019, she said that Alfred Hitchcock says, less is more, but I kind of wanted to style this in the way of a slasher.
Yeah.
If you watch a slasher film, it does start off quite slow, and then the last 20 minutes, it is just pandemonium after pandemonium. With this show, because there's so much of him, I literally just had to keep hitting the audience and hitting the audience over again. So at the end of it, they do feel kind of exhausted, as you would in watching a regular slasher.
Yeah, it's kind of full on, isn't it, the whole time? So, and especially in a one man show, doing that, the whole way through. Do you think that although the things he did was horrific, do you think that playing the part of him almost gives you a not in the right way, but a kind of empathy with the character?
Yes, it does. Again, he was doomed the moment he came out of the womb and was put in his mother's arms. It isn't like Ted Bundy, who had everything he had in life and then decided just to do it because of the sport of it. This is a guy who did it because he was curious of the freedoms of what he was kept from, which is the body. And if he couldn't have a living body because he has such a reputation of being the religious fanatic son, then his next thing is to go after people who don't know him and don't judge him. That's being dead people. Again, I probably sound insane, saying all this, but when you actually watch the play, it's like, again, I didn't want to make him a lunatic. I didn't want to make him a giggling, screaming lunatic. I wanted to actually perform him as a child.
Yeah.
Because that's what he was. He was an imploded child in a man's body.
Yeah. No, it's incredible. And the thing about, him relating to dead people as opposed to living people, I have the same thing with dogs. So, Ruth, back to you.
Oh, crikey.
Does that make me a psycho? I don't know.
Just leave that there.
Yeah,
probably.
just leave it there. It's fine.
Leave that there. Simon, how do you get into character? Obviously, when playing as an actor, you do encompass playing lots of different roles, different genres, and, sometimes it's panto, sometimes it's horror. How do you personally get into character, particularly for Ed Gein? We were talking yesterday about, anything you do before you go on stage, any ritual type thing. I'm not saying that you should go full Ed Gein or anything, but is there anything you do to sort of get into the headspace to make sure that you have a good show?
Again, as I think any actor would tell you, the script tells all, really. The scripts and the biographies give you so much information of kind of what he was. So if I was to go in character of Ed Gein, the neighbours described him as a little slouch in the shoulders. There was a lump on the left eye, so he couldn't go into he couldn't go to war because of the medical kind of lump on his eye. Age of the forehead, kind of he had this half kind of smile. And of course, the hardest part, which I found for this role, it was the accent. It was a kind of it was a kind of Midwestern accent. So actually, it's not New York, but it's kind of more flat, really. And you just gotta really think he's a child. And yeah, that's it, really. You just have to really keep up with the facts and just just keep up with the facts, and you'll get the idea of him. Sorry, I don't talk to females that much. Sorry. No, but no, it was a really, really fascinating process to kind of just become him again. Just use the script, use the facts, and then just fill in the blanks with imagination.
Yeah, that's incredible to watch as well, because you did just become him. That's which is, exactly what you set out to do. I love that. Ruth, give us one more.
One more. Okay, so let's talk about lockdown a little bit. So has lockdown affected the creative process? Asked David Burton. He wants to know, has anything dark come out of adversity?
Sorry, could you just ask that again, my darling? So I was listening, but it's just like
that's all right. so how we're talking about how the lockdown and how it's sort of affected your creative process. Has anything dark come out of adversity, or have you got any new projects sort of that might have been born from having the time away from the busy schedule of an actor? Has anything have you sort of working on anything new maybe, or anything that you might want to enhance upon that you might already have as a project?
I know it's just filling my head with knowledge. Really, one idea I did have, but it was a kind of flash in the pan. 3 nights of continuous writing and going, I need to think about this more, don't I? And it was about an abuse of a male film star. He comes on stage as a mime artist, and the female is a 2-person show. The lady does all the speaking, and he's basically a famous mime artist and comedian, and she's a famous model and actress, and she is really nasty to this guy. And just, again, it was kind of that unspoken voices to do with male abuse that I just had the idea of. What this idea is just set in a limousine. They don't go anywhere. It's just set in a limo, and they're either driving to movie sets or driving to parties. And again, it's just it's like 10-15 minute scenes of just their daily lifestyles and how kind of different they are. Of course, all that, the only thing that's keeping them together is status in LA.
Amazing. You need to make that happen. I like it. Ruth, go on. You've got another one.
Okay.
We're coming back to you.
Super quick.
What
are you having on your pancakes?
What am I having on my pancakes?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Stroke Tuesday. I was actually going to buy some ingredients today, and then I opened the front door and there was rain, and I'm a coward because I kind of don't like rain because I'm like a cat. And I haven't actually had pancakes in years. Last time I had pancakes, though, I wasn't a big fan of them, but maybe because I have broadened my my taste buds, I might try some pancakes tomorrow.
What would you have on them?
As long as it's this week.
Would you be sweet or would you be savoury with your pancakes? I think is what Ruth wants to know.
Yeah, I need ideas.
I kind of am really big sweet tooth kind of person. So anything sweet. I don't think, can you have chocolate pancakes? Yeah, of course you can have chocolate pancakes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'll
most
try
definitely.
chocolate pancakes. See what it's like.
Sounds good to me. Lovely.
It's good. I like it. Simon, it's been an absolute pleasure this evening. And we've spoke about, things that we want to do in the future and a few little bits, and getting together and doing some bits. And that definitely needs to happen. So in the meantime, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, can I just quickly say?
Yes.
Because I've got to do some plugging here. Plug.
Yes, do it now.
Under the
Go.
Floorboards. Yes, Under the Floorboards will be performed at Guildford Fringe Festival. It will be performed on the 7th of July, one night only. Tickets are £9. And if you go on Google, Guildford Fringe Festival, Under the Floorboards is the first show, 7th of July at the Star Inn in Guildford. We don't know about Edinburgh yet. There is going to be a Fringe.
We're hoping.
They just have no idea how it's going to, look.
What we need you to do, Simon, is drop that link in the chat, and then we'll push it. Did I beat you to it?
I'm going to stop you there.
Yeah.
It's already in the chat.
Is it already in the chat?
It's already in the chat.
It's already done it. So
There we
Scroll
go.
up. It's already there.
There you go.
Lovely.
It's been an absolute pleasure this evening. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Shaw, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Yes. Love it. Welcome back. Welcome back to StageToStream.tv, live from the Neverland Theatre here in the sunny town of Skeg, Vegas. It's not sunny, but we're here anyway, regardless, eating pancakes. Are you all right there, Ruth?
I'm great.
Yes, that was. I really enjoyed that. I really did, because I'm a big horror playwright fan. I enjoyed writing it, and just seeing that little switch. I'm going to get a screen of that and play that back, because it's very, very good. What have you got going on over there, Ruthie, in social media corner?
Well, I'm just having a discussion with Yvette Pepper. Hello,
Ooh,
Yvette.
go on.
She's saying Nutella, banana, and strawberries for pancakes.
Nice.
Not a big banana fan,
Well,
personally.
it's like pineapple on pizza. We don't want to start a big
It's supposed
debate.
to be there. It's supposed to
It
be
is,
there.
yeah, but we don't want to start a big debate.
Actually, did you see the thing a couple of days ago about the beans on Weetabix?
Yeah.
Yeah, grim, right?
Well, I don't know. I'd probably try it, in fairness.
Oh.
But everybody I've seen trying this out has done cold beans, which is just weird. Surely you'd have them hot beans on Weetabix.
Oh, I don't know. I know people that eat Weetabix that are just buttered. So you butter Weetabix and it's just like a big dry biscuit.
As always, this is great banter.
Well, it's important to know these things.
It's important things to know, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Good.
Oh, dear.
Well, there you go. Okay, well, it's almost time for our second guest this evening. Very exciting indeed. Ross Gunning is here with us. He's part of the Philharmonia Orchestra, which he created, and also Movies and Musicals, which is happening this Friday, I believe. We're going to find out. We're going to chat more about it very shortly indeed. Let's take a little look at how epic this is. Now, I don't know what Facebook's going to be like, whether they're going to mute us, but whatever. Let's have a look. A very good evening to you, Ross Gunning. Welcome to StageToStream.tv. How are you?
I'm very well after hearing that and knowing that that was live like a year ago. It's a good start. It's a good start. I like it.
Absolutely spectacular. For just explain to everybody what was going on there, because I mean that is incredible and great to see.
So that was last February. I was actually this Friday a year ago. So this Friday
Wow.
coming a year ago. We were live at the Glasgow Royal Concert Hall in front of 2,500 people, 200-piece schools choir, a 50-piece orchestra, a kids cast of 36, a musical theatre cast of 20, and then the amazing Kerry Ellis from Wicked and We Will
Amazing.
Rock You and all sorts, and of course Faith Tozer from Steps. I absolutely loved that. The whole audience were on their feet. I miss live theatre. I need that back.
Yeah, absolutely. And what was this all part of?
So movies to musicals, 2020. So it's basically something I created in 2015 actually, because I wanted to bring London's West End to Glasgow and to Scotland. So for the past 7 years now, we've done live concerts at the Glasgow Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow, sellout shows every single year. Guest artists over the years have just got bigger and bigger. But it's to give young performers an opportunity to perform completely free of charge, especially in the climate we're in at the minute. I started all this because I thought that the arts industry was just very elitist. Unless you had loads of money and could go to junior conservatoire or wherever you were on a Saturday to train, you never really got anywhere. So the whole idea was to give musicians and performers an amazing opportunity to perform completely free of charge, and that's exactly what that concert did last year.
Yeah, it's amazing to see, and something obviously, sadly, that's been missing for the past year throughout Theatreland. So, how did this all start for you? What was the sort of inspiration?
So I started the Glasgow Philharmonia Orchestra at the age of 17, stupidly. I was still at school. I was finishing sixth year up here in Glasgow, and my mum actually had been to Malawi, and she came back and she was like, I want to raise some money. I want to put on a concert. What can you do? So she was like, get a couple of soloists together that I've played with over the years. I'm actually a trained percussionist, so I do like four mallet marimba and all that kind of stuff. That's what my degree's actually in. So she was thinking, do a solo, something like that, raise a bit of money. And I thought, no, we'll go one step bigger. So I messaged everybody I'd played in orchestras with over the years, and I was like, I want to do this event. What do you think? Are you up for it? And I got a 50-piece orchestra together, put a concert on in the church, performed TV and film hits, and raised over £1,700 for Malawi in one night. And it went to help build a teacher's house and a classroom block over in Equindeni. And after that, everyone was like, so when's the next one? When's the next one? And then Glasgow Philharmonia just became this thing. Don't ask me where the name came from. Don't ask me where the logo came from.
Well,
Don't
now we
ask me
need
anything
to.
about that because I can't remember how I did it. It just happened. It was there. Something got created, and it's now become a massive entity in the industry, which I'm still shocked to this day about who has been supporting us and who's been getting in contact about it. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is incredible, and just seeing that, like we say, it brings such joy to see once again. How's it been for you during lockdown? Obviously, because things were great for everybody, and then suddenly it all ended. What have you been up to?
Um, I think I need to take some positives from lockdown, but the negatives are we've not been able to get on stage, we've not been able to perform. But my biggest ethos is we've not been able to give young performers an opportunity to perform.
Yeah,
And that was really killing me inside. So throughout lockdown, I went from conducting at the Glasgow Royal Concert Hall in front of 2,500 people to working in Sainsbury's. Yes, I worked in Sainsbury's. Other supermarkets are available, but I worked in Sainsbury's doing online shopping. I did that for 10 months. I just stopped that a couple of months ago, and I'm now working in the COVID call centre for the NHS.
incredible. I
It's
mean,
nuts.
it's incredible work, but it's obviously very difficult. I know when I spoke to you today at lunchtime, you were like, "Yeah, I've not got long because I'm doing these calls." How's that been? Is it as weird as it would seem to be?
Yeah, do you know, you learn a script, which we're all very good at. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like I'm kind of doing my job.
No, it's good. It's good to know because it's interesting to know.
You're answering calls regarding when am I getting the vaccine? Why should I get the vaccine? All these kind of things. And do you know what? It's an interesting job. You're finding out things earlier than other people are, and it's nice to be in the know of where we are. And up here in Scotland, we've vaccinated 1.5 million people already, which is crazy. That's over a fifth of our population up here. But I'm taking positives from it because I'm thinking the more people get vaccinated, the quicker we get into our theatre, the quicker we get back on stage,
Absolutely.
and try and bring some enjoyment to people because we've all missed it. We really have.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely think the positive of all of this is when we come back, and we can reopen those theatres, it's going to be bigger and better than it ever was. I think more people are going to want to be entertained and get out there and see things. So that is a good side from it. And of course, as well, having the time that we've had over the past year, obviously not performing, but being able to put things together and sort of make headway as to where we want to go when we come back. I think it's been, that's the important thing of it all.
Yeah, before all this, I didn't know what Zoom was. Very interesting.
I did 2 weeks ago.
Everybody knows what Zoom is and everybody uses Zoom. I kind of took a lot of positives, as I say, from lockdown, and I started doing a live Q&A on our Facebook page on Movies to Musicals, which are all still there. If anyone wants to go and binge watch about 120 live Q&As.
Yeah, we'll get the link in the chat as well, so people can get on there, definitely.
Some of the biggest West End names, such as Kerry Ellis. I even had people like, if anyone's a RuPaul fan, had Davina De Campo and all these kind of people on. It was crazy.
Absolutely.
And we did live Q&As. We were doing 2 or 3 a day. And then at the end of that, I did a big virtual concert, which at one point, I think I had over 1,000 people watching at the one time, which is crazy to think that I edited this big concert together, put it out. And so that was back in April. Our Facebook page has gone up thousands of people over lockdown because of that. And then in October, we did a big virtual concert, which I'm sure we'll probably see something of at some point throughout this. But we went to a place called GTG. So it was Arnold Clark, actually, a big warehouse space, and put on a virtual concert live on YouTube, Facebook, which again, people can see on our page. And it got a massive, amazing result. And it was all COVID safe. We were all 2 meters apart, orchestra and 4 singers. So it was a great thing. But what I keep saying to people is it was all fine and well putting on a concert, but you got no applause, you got nothing. So you finished a song and it was dead silent.
Yeah.
And it was that moment of, right, we need to go again. Like, we just need to play. It just felt weird. I know people at home would have been clapping and cheering, but we're losing that. And I think we massively lose that in the industry when you've not got any audience to go, yeah, that was so good. Not saying that we need that praise. I'm just saying it's what happens.
In fairness, I think it almost, you do need that, I mean, we've adapted to not have it, we've adapted to doing things and going, like we've done pantos, believe it or not, with no audience interaction, and we have to, and in car parks where literally you're imagining people doing their responses, and you give them the time and then carry on and stuff. So yeah, it's certainly been a way of adapting this year. But when we can get back to applause, that kind of makes it worthwhile, doesn't it?
Oh God, yeah. I think I've got so many ideas in the pipeline, and fingers crossed, our tour in September will happen. It's a small reduced tour, smaller venues, with the idea that we can start small again and try and work into it.
Yeah.
So fingers crossed, 16th to the 19th of September, we'll be on tour up here in Scotland, with the idea that, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but in 2022 we might be hitting other parts of the UK.
I think so. I think that's that's the right sort of timing to be hitting out with shows. The vaccine is rolling forward now, so it can only, everything now is a positive. Week after week, month after month, that's a positive. I think by September, we should be starting to get back into theatres. Whether it's in the same way, then maybe not, but we'll be back in, and then hopefully by Christmas next year, we're kind of back to some form of normality. And I think if we've got that sort of hope in our hearts, we could be there. That and the applause, absolutely.
Oh, definitely, yeah, completely agree.
No, absolutely. Right, we're going to go to Ruthie right now because we've got questions coming in. So Ruthie, she's over there right now. Hello, Ruthie.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Ruthie.
Hi, Ross. Nice to finally meet you, in a way.
Yeah, you've been chatting for
We've been
ages, haven't you?
chatting
But,
back and forth, yes.
It happens. What have you got for us, Ruthie?
Oh, so many questions, so many questions. First of all, we want to know more about this virtual concert you've got happening. Is it this Friday, isn't it?
It is 7:30 on facebook.com/movies to musicals. It's all there. It's free for everybody to watch. 7:30. We've got kids cast singing. We've got musical theatre cast singing. I watched this as a punter last night, and there were so many moments that I just burst into tears because it's such
Amazing.
an incredible thing seeing these young talents getting that opportunity to showcase themselves. We've got amazing video messages and people like Matt Lucas, John Owen Jones, there's so many, I can't even name them all. Bradley Jaden, all sending in lovely video messages, which again, the support has been so good for this. So check it out, 7:30. Give yourselves 2 hours of complete freedom from this nonsense that is COVID, and enjoy
Absolutely.
theatre again. It's so good.
Well, we'll make sure that after our show, because we finish about 7:20, so that's perfectly. It's like we planned it. We'll make sure we send everybody over there, and we'll be watching as well. Back to you, Ruthie.
Definitely. Okay, that sounds brilliant. Okay, we've got lots more questions. One of them is, what changes have you made to sort of make this virtual concert happen? So what sort of steps do you take? Because obviously it's totally different from having lots of rehearsals, being in a massive arena or on a stage with an audience. So how is it different, and does it feel odd and alien to you, or is it more of a natural process that we've kind of now got used to over the last year?
I think we are all used to it, aren't we? So I've kind of produced the concert with live in your head. So like if you were sitting in your house with your drinks and your popcorn, whatever you're going to have, your treats and all that, then I'm kind of looking at it on that kind of line. So I want you to sit back, relax, and think of it like a concert. I gave complete freedom. I think this is the difference. I gave complete freedom to the performers. Choose your own song. Send me what you want to send, and we're going to put it out. This is your chance to showcase yourself. Normally, a movies to musicals concert is literally precisely organised in every single bit of detail. Every choreography, every harmony, every moment of that show is literally organised within an inch of its life. But this time, it's a chance to allow the young people from the age of, from the age of 9 to 30, that's kind of age span from our kids cast to our musical theatre cast, you get to see some incredible performers, and it's their choice of song, their way of putting that across. I've not really done anything with them. I've just said, go for it, send me it. And honestly, so many lovely moments.
Amazing. Something I've just picked up on chat, and it's very, very dark and close to home, is Ross Wilkie has said, tell us about your Brave the Shave. Did you still look like me?
No. So this is the longest, right? I'm going to come in.
All right, it wasn't a beard. Okay.
No, this is the longest my hair has ever been, right? And for the charity of Glasgow Phil, I wanted to do something that I completely regret. So everybody that knows me knows that my hair is either always on point, which is not at the minute because it's so long, or it's always perfectly in position, right? And I always play with it. So I've decided that I'm going to take it all off and go completely, not bald, but I'm going to go one all over, take it all off, and raise some amazing money for charity, which I'm sure I sent the link to Ruthie as well. We've raised nearly £400 already for this cause.
Amazing.
It's going to go to give so many amazing young performers an opportunity, and if any help you can give to that, please do. It's on crowdfunder, Brave to Save, and I want to raise as much money for these young people as possible. And do you know what? We're in lockdown. Nobody gets to see me. I do radio 5 days a week, so nobody needs to see me there either. So it's the best time to do it. And if my beard's got anything to do with it, it grows back in about 2 days anyway, so we're fine.
Yeah, mine's the same. So you're going to do the Brave to Shave. So this is something that we can actually we can jump on and sponsor now, is what we're saying. Yeah. Excellent. So, well, that's good. I didn't know that. I thought you'd already done it. And like you started off with an epic beard like mine and hair like mine, and that's where you ended up.
No, this will be coming off.
When's this happening?
hopefully by the end of this week or into next week, by that point, the donation line will be starting to close up. And yeah, I will be looking totally different. I'm actually dreading it. I've not had I think the shortest I ever went when I was younger was a 3 all over, and I've not done that since I was probably about 12. So
Of course,
yeah.
you know what's going to happen. You're going to shave everything off, and then literally they're going to go, right, you can go back to work, and you're going to get the best gig of your life on stage.
Don't say that. Can you imagine? I get offered a TV gig or something, and my hair's looking like this. Like, no.
Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there, just to Are you doing this live? Is this going to be filmed? The shaving?
I'm gonna do some videos and put it up and take it before and after, and it'll be up on my Facebook page. It'll be up on Movies and Musicals as well.
Good. Make sure you share it with us, because we need to see that. I like to see a man suffering for his hair.
Do you know what? I got inspiration actually from Michael from Calabro. I don't know if you know Michael. He raised that money again for an amazing cause for his dad actually, and he didn't look too bad. So I thought, do you know what? It might not be that bad. I might actually suit it. Who knows? We're going to try it and see. It's an
There's only
experiment.
one way to find out. I went bald, so I did it. Never again, but I did it. Ruth.
And it grew back.
It grows back. That's the thing. Ruth, it's back to you.
Back to me. Okay. So first of all, I need to point out we've got a Laura Gunning who's popped into the comments. She says, I actually designed your logo, Ross. So we just got to give a shout out there for Laura. I said, I've got you, Laura, so don't worry, I'm going to make sure you get the props you deserve. So that's where the logo came from.
She did. She drew it, and then an amazing graphic designer created the logo. She did do it. But what I'm trying to say is I can't remember where the inspiration for it came from. So.
Oh, okay. We'll give you that one then.
No, it's good. Well,
I've got you, Laura. Don't worry. I have just popped in the crowdfunding for your Brave the Shave as well. So if anyone wants to donate, hop into the comments right now and have a little look. But we've got more questions. We want to know, how did the charity single come about?
Oh, good question. So in November last year, I worked with an amazing musical theatre writer called Anthony Irwin. And if you've never heard Anthony's stuff, go and look him up. He's an incredible, incredible writer. And I asked him to write something that had the title "You Can't Stop the Music," because I feel that you can't stop music. The arts has got so much stronger and bigger and better. And I wanted to do something for these kids. These kids had auditioned in August and hadn't done anything. Literally hadn't done anything. So we did a charity single. It's out now on Amazon, Spotify, YouTube Music, iTunes, you name it, it's there. And the biggest thing is, in one day, we hit number 9 in the iTunes charts, sang with between Miley Cyrus. She had one single at number 8, one single at number 10, and we were number 9 right in the middle of it. It was incredible. The song's amazing. We did a music video for it as well, all socially distanced in groups of about 6 or 8.
Yeah, I think we're going to play it at the end, actually. But we're going to then push people to go and buy it and support it. Amazing. Yeah, I'm impressed.
So good. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it.
Robert Barr apparently is going to shave your head. Has come up on comments. Is that happening?
Thanks, Robert. Robert's actually a presenter at Cumbernauld FM where I do radio. So I'm a drive time presenter, and he's always going, to be honest, every presenter at Cumbernauld FM wanting to shave my head because they know how much I love my hair.
Yeah. They all want to be part of it, don't they? So that's amazing. And another one I'm going to pick up on is Emma Knox, who said, how did you manage to get Sam Hiller on board as patron?
Oh, good question. So Sam Hiller, for anyone who doesn't know who Sam is the resident director of Les Mis for the West End show and the concert version, working with Alfie Boe, Matt Lucas, Michael Ball. He's also the assistant director for Phantom. He's done Miss Saigon. He's basically the go-to director for Cameron McIntosh.
Amazing.
I'd approached him to do a workshop with our kids cast, and he spent so much time with them. It was incredible. So I'd asked Sam to do an hour and a half, and 2.5 hours later, we were still on a Zoom workshop with Sam. He was giving feedback to everybody. And his ethos is so amazing. His attitude towards young performers is incredible. And I just thought having somebody of his caliber, of his knowledge, working with this charity and working with these young people is definitely what we wanted. And do you know what? I said to him, I would love you to be patron of Movies to Musicals. And he turned around and went, do you know what? if you weren't going to ask me, I was going to ask you myself because I absolutely love
Amazing.
what you're doing. So, an incredible man. Like, honestly, so good.
Yeah, that's incredible. Okay, we got time for one more this evening. So back to Ruthie in Social Media Corner. What have you got for us, Ruthie?
Okay, so obviously you're very passionate about the arts, and particularly sort of how important it is, particularly in young children that don't necessarily understand the pandemic. So have you got any tips out there for staying positive and sort of keep the negativity at bay?
Good question. Do you know, I talk to everybody about this all the time. Um, I think everybody, especially people that want to go and train, is about honing your craft now. This is the time to do it. You've got so much spare time in your hands. Do workshops, sing, dance, act, work through all of that and make sure that everything's really polished as much as possible. I think you always need to remember that there's always going to be an opportunity for everyone out there. If that's a virtual concert, if that's a workshop, if that's eventually a concert on stage, please remember that things are coming back. And you'll find out in the concert on Friday night that everybody's in the same boat. Matt Lucas is saying, we will be back, we will be stronger, we will be better. We're all in the same boat with this. So stick together, stay strong. And do you know what? Contact people like myself, message movies to musicals. I'll happily give you advice and help. And I'm a vocal coach as well. I do singing lessons. So I'm always teaching people. I've got lessons galore all week. So please feel free to get in contact with us at Movies to Musicals. The more we can help to try and get young people through this pandemic and stay upbeat. I hated at the beginning of this pandemic, so many people just threw in the towel and gave up.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't let young people do that. So if you are thinking about that at any moment, please message us on Movies to Musicals and I'll be the first one to answer you because I'm not allowing any young people to give up their talent.
Yeah, absolutely. A very important message. And so much that we've spoke about this evening. So you are braving the shave, which is happening, and we'll make sure that we get a video of that. The links are all in the chat. If you're watching right now, the links are in the chat. We've also got the show on Friday. We'll post the link to that as well after our show on Friday. Send everybody over there as well. And just so much more going on. Thank you very much, Ross. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to you this evening. We're going to show your charity single as well, which is available on iTunes and various other formats. And we'll also put links up for that in the chat as well. But in the meantime, thank you very much. And look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much. Gary, you're doing an amazing job. Thank you very much for keeping the arts alive and chatting to as many people as you are doing. Ruthie as well, to both of you. Incredible work. Well done, guys.
Thank you. We'll speak again soon. Take care. And here is the charity single.
And he told me the sun will come out, tomorrow's calling me. Beyond any doubt, I hear the voices in the dark. They are calling me to ignite the spark. Matilda told me that when I grow up, I can be anything that I'm dreaming of. I see the future in my hands. I'll be back on track, just like I planned. Every day we move just a little bit closer.
Wow, what an absolutely incredible song. Just so uplifting, especially in these times. You can't stop the music. We've put the link in the chat right now. Buy that single. Just do it. Just, support them. I think it's absolutely incredible. And once in a while, just very occasionally, you meet genuine souls. And Ross Gunning is one of them. Absolutely wonderful to talk to. Just beautiful. So either buy the single, support Brave the Shave, or do both. Let's get involved in this. And of course, we'll definitely be cutting across to that live show on Friday. Amazing. What an amazing guy. And what an amazing song. How about you, Ruthie? What do you think? That was cool, wasn't it?
Wowzers.
Nice, wasn't
That's
it?
good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. That's the way we finish off a show this evening, isn't it? Yeah,
very
that's
good.
nice. Yeah. The chat's gone crazy. Hello to everybody out there. Adam Fielding, hello. Adam Fielding. Fielding. Yes.
Adam Fielding.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Point out. Adam Fielding.
Got to enunciate. I keep telling you, it's the T's.
Yeah, it's very splashy. So Adam Fielding, hello, my friend. Hope you're well. Nice to see you joining in the chat this evening. Wasn't it a good song? Yeah, and of course we want you on this show, please, because your poetry is insane, and we're going to get you on and do some of it. It's going to happen. So let's talk more. Just lots of love out there, isn't there, Ruth?
So much love, yeah. So as I said, it's not very often you meet people like Ross. So definitely give him all the support. He's doing great things up there in Scotland, and he said, you never know, you might see him moving about, coming into different areas. So keep your eyes peeled.
I love the fact today as well that he couldn't stay for long during the pre-chat that we have at lunchtime, because he was literally phoning people up about COVID and doing that,
Busy boy.
that sort of thing. It's incredible, and fair play to him. So thank you, Ross, for joining us this evening. We're going to chat more because I want you back on the show. It's been good. Ruthie, it's been fun this evening, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. I've really enjoyed myself.
Have you got any final thoughts for this evening before we go?
Yeah, why not?
What's your final thought?
If Cinderella's shoe fit perfectly, why did it fall off?
Good point.
The story is full of holes.
As was her dress.
Oh, true. Yeah.
True story, yeah. Hope you've enjoyed yourself tonight, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I think that's been a nice night tonight. It's uplifting. It gives you hope, which, of course, we should have throughout all of this. Theatre will come back, and it will be bigger and better than ever. More people will go to the theatre, and we'll all be back enjoying doing what we do if we're in the business, and we'll be enjoying watching if we're not. Buy that single, jump on there, jump in the chat, see the link, get the single, and of course, sponsor Brave the Shave, join in and do all that sort of stuff. Ruth, just before we go, what have we got on tomorrow?
Oh, you've come back to me.
I know, well, you waved that piece of paper in, but I'm
Did
also...
I thought you were going to close the night without telling people what's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, but do you know what the problem is?
What's the problem?
My eyesight, because I'm getting older now, is suddenly starting to fail me, which I never thought would happen. So you waving a sign that far away, I just go, I don't know what it said, but we've got to come back to you.
It said tomorrow.
Oh, okay. What we got on tomorrow?
Although I did spell it wrong. So tomorrow we've got two fabulous guests. We've got the one and only Mr. Alex Foreman. He's going to be here tomorrow talking about all of his projects and ventures. He's a fabulous actor. He's a creative. He's a comedian. He's a bit of everything, isn't he? Very good. And also we've got Michaela Heffer. She's going to be here. She's going to be talking about a show she's got coming up soon as well, and all things arts and fun.
Oh, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. That's good.
In.
We should also point out as well, we are looking for people to come and join us on Stage to Stream, because we need 2 a night, 5 nights a week. That's 10 people a week that we need to talk to. If you're interesting, if you're in the biz, if you've got stories, if you want to promote something, whatever, then get in touch with Ruth. You can either message this page, or you can send her an email at ruth@garystylepantomimes.co.uk, or you can just get in touch, whatever you need to do. But we need more people promoting, keeping the arts alive. Get in touch, and don't wait for us to come to you, because we need you to come to us too. Isn't that right, Ruth?
Absolutely. Yes, definitely. Just get in touch. You can drop us a message. You can get in touch via WhatsApp or text or iMessage. You can send carrier pigeon. I don't mind. Just let me know if you want to come on the show. If you got something you want to chat about, like Gary says, if you want to advertise anything, plug something, generally just spread a bit of love and talk about the industry we all love. Come on, say hello, and we can get you booked in.
I like your bow tonight. It's good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. 10 years, Ruth.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
We need to go and have some pancakes in a minute.
Pancake!
Yeah.
Is it Tuesday?
Yes.
Oh, it's Shrove Tuesday, isn't
Oh,
it?
no. Yeah.
Oh, just got that. Okay. So, well, I'm off for pancakes. Apparently, Ruth's cooking some. So, enjoy the rest of your night. Jump on that chat and get involved. Give them a bit of support because that is incredible. And, of course, Ruth's waving at me now. What do you want?
Well, I was just going to say that we've got... I will let you all go soon. I was going to say as well, we've got lots of new followers today, but not as many new likes. So if you're following us for updates, give us a like as well. Why not?
Yeah, we've got a lot of followers. We've gone well over 1,000, which is not bad for a couple of weeks' work.
Go on, give us a like.
Yeah, give us a like and
Share
give
with
us a
your
follow.
friends.
Share with your friends.
Share with your
because
friends.
It's important. We need more and more people getting involved and spreading the word. If you're definitely in the theatre industry, but even if you're not, if you think of somebody that might like this, get them involved, get them chatting. Let's talk.
Yeah, of
Let's
course.
have some fun.
And the more that we share as well, then the more people get to see the song that Ross Gunning has put together there, which means more money for charity. So share.
And our top banter, of course.
Oh, of course, and the top banter.
It's been a pleasure. Say goodnight, Ruthie.
Good night, Ruthie.
It's been a pleasure. From all of us here at StageToStream.tv, live from the Neverland Theatre. Stay safe until we can join us again in the theatre for live performance. Good night. Bye-bye.